The once plentiful supply of buy-to-let mortgages suggests that these have been readily available for as long as homeowner mortgages. However, they are a relatively recent phenomenon, only coming onto the market in 1996. Before that, commercial mortgages were used to finance residential investment property. Established in 1990, Mortgages for Business has been a key player in the development of financial products for both residential investment and commercial use, and has been instrumental in making property investment a reality for its customers.
We provide funding for property owners, whether they are businesses, so SMEs, or landlords. So whether it's a small business unit in Beckenham distributing, let's say, coffee, or whether it's a landlord with 70 properties in Leeds, we'll provide funding solutions for all businesses in the commercial environment.
And there's a specific gap we feel for the more complex end of the residential investment market. Products for HMOs, blocks of flats, and finance required in limited company capacity.
By 2007, buy-to-let mortgages accounted for 12.5% of the total residential mortgage market, with more than 600 off-the-shelf products at up to 90% loan-to-value and easy lending terms. Business was good. Then in 2008 came the credit crunch and the global banking crisis. Buy-to-let lending literally dried up overnight, and Mortgages for Business were left looking into the abyss.
It was a battle. Down pure bloody mindedness, I think, on making sure that we did survive. We'd lost a lot of our buy-to-let products, and we had to cut our cloth accordingly and liaise with sort of the niche commercial lenders that were still able to lend, and we focused on sort of providing commercial mortgage products to the small businesses that were out there.
I see here at work the characteristics I've actually seen in a number of other SMEs which have survived the credit crunch or the recession. And I think that characteristic is where key people come out of the boardroom and come front of house. I've seen that in lenders as well. So I think what's characterised Mortgages for Business is that David's led the business from the front. As a result of that, he's galvanised his team around him and really made a statement, have made it his business to get to know lenders, to work with them, to understand the sectors in the market. And the consequence of that comes together to make sure that you are leveraging off these big relationships.
Our relationships with the institutions were rock solid, and in any recession the first thing the institutions do is get rid of a lot of their distribution. And we were fortunate that there was not a single lender that closed its doors to us, whereas they did to many other brokers. Not because the brokers were necessarily bad, but they didn't value the relationships highly enough to keep them going in a recession. And the lenders stuck by us, and we've stuck by them, and here we are now in 2012, looking at a better horizon.
It was by developing trust and understanding that enabled Mortgages for Business to advise lenders on product offerings and establish itself as a partner rather than just a broker. And now that the market is bouncing back with an expectation of 17 billion of buy-to-let lending in 2012, Mortgages for Business is uniquely placed to help develop new products that meet the needs of property investors today.
It's the depth of knowledge and the application of their expertise. They've been in the business a long time. They make it their business to understand their markets in terms of buy-to-let and commercial mortgages. So once they've understand those things, you combine it with the distribution they've got and the brokers and clients they work with, and they're constantly getting feedback about what sort of products are required. They can then bring that to our table, and we use them often as a sounding board and knocking ideas around before a product emerges onto our product spread.
Today it partners with Aldermore Bank to offer Keystone buy-to-let mortgages, an exclusive residential investment mortgage range designed especially for professional landlords. To date, no other broker has achieved this level of commitment from such a specialist lender, and customers too recognise the value of Mortgages for Business's involvement.
Because Mortgage for Business have got such a close relationship with me, they know me almost as well as I know myself, and so they were able to put together a business plan and present it, and then present me with the answer from the lender without me having to do anything.
Landlords are not just buying one property but building up a portfolio of properties, and therefore they're constantly needing advice with regard to either refinancing a property, releasing deposits to buy further properties, and so they're constantly looking for different types of mortgage products. Because we've got that close relationship with the customer and the lender, we're able to sort of come up with bespoke products.
This thorough understanding of both lender and investor has enabled Mortgages for Business to publish invaluable market research, including the quarterly complex buy-to-let index, which tracks rental property types against borrowing amounts and yield performance. It has also developed a bespoke IT system that is unique in the marketplace, which consolidates information streams from borrowers as well as lenders.
So we have our own bespoke sourcing system where we feed in the customer requirements, the value of the property, the type of the tenant and its location, and our sourcing system will take those 600 products and probably bring it down to a core of 40 or 50 that are the optimal products for the customer. But there is no other system in the market that comes anywhere close. Some of the technology platforms that are out there for residential mortgages have tried to cover our market, but they're just not sophisticated enough. So we're very proud of our system and we think it delivers value to our customers.
By building a team with considerable experience in the lending sector and by developing intimate relationships with both customers and lenders, Mortgages for Business has survived its biggest challenge and in so doing proved the value of this business model. It continues to receive prestigious industry awards, continues to innovate and is committed, now more than ever, to helping make property investment a reality for its customers.